Hello, and welcome to the Lost Archives for the very first time. We are a group of friends who play Dungeons & Dragons, classic nerd style, and wanted to share our fun-filled adventures with any current or soon-to-be players. Just as we have been inspired by other YouTube series and podcasts, we hope that this podcast and YouTube series can inspire you, or at the very least, entertain you. I should introduce myself and the players first though. My name's Owen, and I will be the Dungeon Master for this, our very first adventure. With me tonight I have Claire.
Hello.
Andrew.
Hello.
Jared.
Howdy there.
And finally Simon.
Hey guys.
Who will be joining me for this campaign. Before we introduce the characters that these lovely people will be playing, let me introduce the campaign itself. We are going to be playing a classic 5th edition adventure called The Tyranny of Dragons, a combination of the Hoard of the Dragon Queen and the Rise of Tiamat modules. However, this will be set in a homebrew world created by me called Nostea, and I've put in some twists and turns into the story, so even if you have played this campaign before, hopefully you'll find some very new and interesting content. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. This world has seen war and peace, chaos and order, creation and destruction. A world of great magics and wonder, but also a world of great danger and terror. Created by primordials, shaped by gods, and populated by infinite varied forms of life. This is a world of mystery and adventure. This is Nostea. Our story begins on the continent of Oceania, a large landmass surrounded by a vast sea called the Amarian Ocean. Stretching across the equator and down towards the southern pole, the land contains rich jungles, scorching deserts, lush plains and frozen wastes. There are a number of cities, settlements and towns scattered across the continent, populated by people of almost all races. To find our 4 main characters, however, we must focus to the eastern coast of Oceania, south of the bustling merchant city of Oxenfurt, and the great expanse of the Fey Lake. Our party are new members of the League of Adventurers, an organisation with the Lodge, spreading across Nostea, and have formed a minor adventuring guild called Tempest. Currently based in Oxenfurt Lodge of the League, the party are currently relaxing in the opulent common room. Lounging on couches and chairs nearby are various other adventurers, either enjoying some quiet downtime between missions, or enthusiastically sharing details of their past successes, only slightly exaggerated, of course. And could I now get each of you to describe your characters, and tell us what they might be doing in their downtime here at the common room of the Oxenfurt Lodge, starting with Claire.
So you see my character's name is Mira. You can see that she's a Dragonborn. She's wearing quite fine robes, and she would probably be sitting down kind of comfortably near the fire, just kind of staring at the flames as they flicker around. But she's a bit distracted by all of the notes that are scattered around her, as she is desperately just trying to make sure that everything from the last adventure is in order, and that everything from the next one is ready to go, and you can just see that she's just trying to do her notes, but she's quite distracted by the fire. So the other thing you notice about Mira is that she is basically half silver Dragonborn and half red Dragonborn, and it's a split straight down her face and one of her upper limbs, one each of her upper limbs, and one of her eyes is blue and the other one is yellow.
Very nice. And Andrew, could you introduce your character, please?
Hi. So my name is Azure. I am a male Aasimar. I'm sitting currently in deep meditation. My character is giving off a slight golden light as I concentrate on the past few days and looking inward. When you look at me, there is a slight shadow, almost like my character is moving at a very quick pace. You're not quite sure what this oddity is, but considering how close we are to the Fey Wilds, you have an idea that it could be some semblance of a Fey touch. My character is quite tall, human-like, with, and that's about it. Quite mysterious.
Very nice. And Jared?
Yeah, alright, so pretty much, my character, he's sitting off probably, I don't know, somewhere in a corner with an ale in his hand. He's talking to other members of other guilds and stuff like that, and he's sort of getting into stories and one-upping each other and stuff like that. He's pretty loud, pretty obnoxious. He wears scale mail, he's got big bulging muscles. He has a halberd next to him, his chosen weapon that always keeps around him. He has like short, sort of spiky, sort of black hair. He actually, I think that's pretty much it for now. There's not much else to really go on with for now. He looks pretty rough, and yeah, and you'll find out more as we go, I guess.
And what's your character's name, Jared? I don't know if you said sorry.
Emeric.
Perfect.
Sorry.
No, that's all good. And Simon, last and certainly not least.
Yes, so my character Wiltix, he's just sitting to the side. He's playing with some of his cards in the corner, just trying to pass the time until the next adventure starts. He's what he would say is above average size, a forest gnome, and has dark black hair with his matching black leather armor. So just sitting there passing time and waiting for the next little quest to start.
Fantastic.
Being the smallest edgelord ever.
Oh, he's something to fear. But,
Oh.
you might think he's a little bit further away than what he is.
Well, yeah. The common room itself, as you have a bit of a look around, you can see there are other adventurers of various different types, all races and all classes mixed into this place. You would recognise a tall half-orc talking to his Aarakocra companion, bulging and flexing his muscles where he has tattooed a grinning face of this giant eye with a grinning face underneath it that was very reminiscent of maybe a beholder of some sort or a gazer, and he seems to have tattooed that on his upper bicep and is sort of boasting about how he managed to take down the creature single-handedly, of course. Aarakocra doesn't seem to be buying a bar of it. The dining room itself, the common room itself, is very opulent and very comfortable. There are large armchairs all around. If you're meditating Azure, you're probably meditating on a very opulent ottoman in front of a large chaise lounge, which I can imagine Wiltix is sort of feet dangling over the edge as he sits on the chair itself. As you enjoy a bit of peace and quiet after your last mission, you can see an older half-elf woman with auburn hair fading to grey, half-moon spectacles perched upon her nose, dressed in elegant but ruffled robes of the rich green and white of the Oxenfurt chapter of the League, entering the room. She looks around impatiently before meeting eyes with all of you across the room, and over the quiet din of many people talking, you can hear a slight huff. As she makes her way over to you, you recognise her as Sylvia Whistlewood, the chief administrator of the Oxenfurt Lodge. Clutched in her hands are a series of scrolls and missives, and over her shoulder are various bags and satchels. She pushes past the boasting half-orc, stands before you, and coughs politely. Tempest Guild?
What? Well, I think that would be us, love.
Yes, of course it's you. I would like to speak with you, if I may. I am a very busy woman. I don't have much time. If you could please accompany
Of course, Sylvia, of course. And Mira will bundle all of her stuff up.
How careful are you being? Just shoving it in or sort of taking a bit of time to make sure it's still organised?
Oh, it's all organised.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
All organised.
Sylvia sort of tapping her feet impatiently, but as a chief administrator, recognises the need for order when it comes to documents, and does not say anything as you do this. She looks over towards Wiltix and Emeric and Azure.
I'll jump off my where I'm perched, still playing with my playing cards, interested to hear what she's got to say, but not overly interested, just happy to hear what she's got to say.
Okay, gotcha. And Azure?
I open my eyes and just still in a mind of contemplation, kind of just tilt my head, like, do you know what you were disturbing? Maybe.
Yeah, okay. Alright. Gotcha.
Wow, the attitude.
No, I like it.
Guy would, he had an ale, so he'll just like scull the whole ale, like chuck it on the table with a good thrust, and then sort of waltz over.
Yeah, she gestures for you to follow, and as soon as Mira has finished packing up her supplies, she leads you outside of the common room towards a small side antechamber, which you know to be one of her areas of office. She gestures you in towards some seats. Please, take a seat. I need to speak with you. And she gestures for some seats, and I'm assuming you all head in and take a seat.
Yeah, I definitely wander in, pick a seat at the back, and sort of plonk myself down in the chair.
Yeah.
I will stand at the back of the room.
Gotcha. Now,
I'll head down towards the front just so I'm not obscured by anything.
It's a good call. Yeah, it's a good call. Otherwise, how would she know you're in there as a tiny gnome?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'll bring out a notebook and get a pen ready.
Beautiful.
Ready to go.
Oh, you get an approving nod as she sees the notebook emerge, and her demeanor changes somewhat. This sort of quite brusque, impatient woman, seeing that you're clearly taking this seriously. A very slight smile comes to her very worn face. Yes, look, I understand that you've just come back from a very important mission. Obviously, that giant snake needed to be slain, and good job, of course. Tell me, did you receive your compensation for that? I believe we still have some. It's 100 gold each was your cut. Let me distribute that to you now first before we get into other business.
Oh, I love, yeah, definitely. Give all the gold to me. I'll make sure it gets that to everyone.
You know, as well as I do, that
100%, it will definitely go to everyone.
I'm sure that is the case, but as you know, guild rules state clearly that I have to distribute it to the individual members of the guild. And she hands each of you a small sack with the guild stamp on it, which contains 100 gold pieces.
Damn.
Sweet.
Guild rules, I'm afraid. Now look, we have an urgent task, a minor urgent task, one that is, I think, quite suited for your talents. A new request has come in from Greenest, a village to the south of Oxenford, roughly 5 days on foot along the main road. Have any of you been that far or that way before? I'm not sure. Your last mission obviously took you up towards the north. This is heading the opposite direction down the coast.
Sure. Mira.
It's a pretty small. So Greenest is a pretty small town off the main road. So unless you guys wanted to have a backstory reason that you had been there before, it's probably unlikely that you would have. It's not a major trading hub. Oxenford is the major city. This is the main stop after Palin. Basically, it's the next capital.
Yeah, I don't think I would have been out that way before.
Not really a rural sort of person.
It is a country town, yeah.
No.
Yes, I don't think I've been there myself.
That's fine. The situation is, we've received a request from Governor Nighthill, the mayor, the governor of the town. Kobolds and masked humans have been spotted in the woods nearby, clearly acting suspicious, and he claims spying on the village. Some of his people have noticed them watching. Supplies have gone missing, and there is evidence of people using the main roads after dark. However, Nighthill reports that there have been no travellers greater than the normal amount entering the town itself. They're suspicious. Nighthill, I've had conversations with this man before for various guilds. He does not strike me as a man who exaggerates or is easily spooked. His missive, which he sent today fairly urgently via Raven, does seem ominous. I'm sure it's nothing too great, but if you could go, that would very much ease his mind, and given your last success, the guilds and I feel that you would be the perfect adventurers for the job, if you're willing to accept it.
Well, my guy does a big yawn, and he sort of stresses out and starts falling asleep.
Okay, yeah. Make me, so you're pretending to fall asleep, or are you actually going to try and fall asleep?
He's sort of falling asleep because he's not the type to sit there and just sort of listen to a presentation.
Alright.
He gets bored pretty easy.
Yeah, she then would look more towards Mira, Wiltix, and Azure in that case.
Well, we need to help those in need, so our guild is definitely able to do it.
If they think we're doing a good job already.
Yes,
Wow.
of course. Yes, we absolutely do. And this is the pathway for promotion for you. So far,
Promotion?
Oh, yes, of course. So far, your guild is a minor guild, as you know. I am offering, as part of this job, promotion to full adventuring guild with all the perks. However, your choice of guild hall will have to wait until you return. We're not quite set up for that yet, but I can present you with some items and some information that may come of use to you. And she hands each of you the satchels that she was carrying over her shoulder, along with some missives. You have been approved for new roles within your guild, and these are being presented to you. And she hands out each of the roles that we discussed earlier. The roles that we went for, I think, were cartographer.
Yep.
Beautiful. And who was taking cartographer? Was that you, Andrew?
I think it was, yes.
Beautiful. So Azure receives the cartographer's supplies. Emeric, I believe you took quartermaster.
Yep.
You're handed the quartermaster's supplies.
So, as he's handed it, he sort of abruptly awakens.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yes, awake for the money. Asleep for the danger, awake for the money. Wiltix, you are handed the Legerdemain's supplies. And Mira, you're handed the numerator supplies as well. Perfect. I'll be doing a little feature video on each of these roles. They are adapted from the fantastic Acquisitions Incorporated sourcebook. I've sort of tailored them a little bit more to this campaign. So I'll do a little special go through each of those roles, and I'm sure that one or two of these lovely people would love to join me for that little special introduction as well. We can read through them and do some fun with that. So she hands out
sure.
Yeah, I'm sure that one of you will.
Mira's taking the cooking
Cooking supplies, beautiful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
She can't cook, but that's fine.
That's fine. You're handed all of that stuff. Right, now, I understand that you'll need some sort of transportation to get there. Now, obviously, you can take a cart. The guild has these things available to you, and obviously now that you have been cleared as a full adventuring guild, your cartographer can help requisition that transportation. And she gestures towards Azure. All you have to do is show your badge, and you will be permitted access to a horse-drawn cart. Of course, you do not have to take this. You are welcome to walk. If you have funds available to you outside of what I have given you now, you could perhaps hire an airship and hope that they can drop you off partway there. Sea is another option. However, getting to the village itself will still require a couple of days' travel walking. It's up to you how you get there. Just get there as quickly as you can.
I could definitely go and get us a horse and cart, if that's what everybody would like, or shall we walk?
Oh, I prefer not to walk, personally. Small legs, too many steps.
Very. That is a very good joke.
I'm not really joking, but okay.
I don't think he's joking there, friend.
Okay, I'll go and organize us a cart.
Fantastic.
I'll meet you all outside.
Did you have any further questions? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. You can head down to the stables. You know where they are in the guilds. You can head straight down there if you want to, and then meet the others back here. Did you want to do that, or did you want to stick around for a little bit longer? Because just as you're sort of heading out the door, Sylvia goes, "Right, now, of course, if you had any further questions about the job, you could ask me now. Otherwise, you could speak to my assistant later on. It's up to you."
Sylvia.
I suppose I'll wait until we've heard all the questions, and I'll head out.
Yes, of course.
Yes, Sylvia, can you tell us any more about these humans in masks? What's that about?
It's a very good question. The reports were from two of the people who lived in Greenest. A farmer, and then one of the guardsmen, reported seeing a person wearing a mask with strange horn-like appendages attached to it, with the kobolds, working with them, or guiding them, or ordering them about. Nighthill didn't give too much information in the missive, but enough that he is a bit suspicious of these people. If they're working with kobolds, then clearly they are up to nefarious deeds.
Mira hisses at the idea of the kobold. as she's a dragonborn.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
But
if you
doesn't say anything out of line.
okay, yes. Unfortunately, it seems like there is trouble brewing, which is why we've requested the help of Tempest.
Well, we are up to the challenge, I think.
I'm sure you are. It's definitely not because everyone else was busy.
Oh,
No, it's not
Of
because of
course.
that. I just was worried you might
Oh.
think that, so I thought I'd better specify.
your specification is oddly specific.
What's what a specification is?
It's true.
All right. Well, we definitely just give us the information, and we'll get going. I'm getting a bit bored here.
I'm afraid I've given all the information. That is all
Well,
I know.
bloody, just shut up, and we'll get going then.
Right.
Just point us in the right direction there.
You do know that I'm the one who pays you, correct? You are aware of that fact, that I'm the
Oh,
one
I'm
who
very
distributes
aware of
money.
that. I'm very aware of that fact. But if you want this done lickety split, we better get going then, eh?
The door's open. I'm not restraining you here.
I start walking out then.
Okay, cool. That was
So
always an
Maybe
option, she calls out
swell.
to you. As you walk away, she's like, that was always an option.
As I walk out, I give her a nice grin and a bit of a wave, and I walk out.
Oh, okay. Make me make me a persuasion check. Our first roll. Make me a persuasion check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Our first roll of the campaign. it's a
+2.
and it's a 6 + 2. Yeah, you give a smile and a wave. You sort of mistime the. Did you say you winked?
Nah, I didn't
Okay.
wink.
Just a smile and a wave. You mistime it a bit. So as you go to smile and wave, she looks down and she's now looking at some notes, and so you just sort of smile and wave at the top of her head. And then as you stop, she looks up again, and you realize that you've missed your opportunity. It's too late.
She just thinks you're an asshole. Oh well.
Yeah, unfortunately, the dice gods decided that you and Sylvia weren't going to be best friends.
That's fine. Get off water the duck's back.
Yeah.
Water off a duck's back.
Perfect. So, did you guys want to head down to the stables? Obviously, if you know that adventurers chat like gossips, they're incredible gossips. If you did want to go back into the common room and have a chat to some of the other adventurers, that's definitely an option for you. If you wanted to, you've just been given some extra gold. If there's any specific things you wanted to get, you know that the apothecary attached to the guild and the smith attached to the guild are very well stocked for adventurers. But if you're feeling like you're well prepared and you've got everything you need, you are more than welcome to head down and get that card. And
I might
requisition
get
a card.
health potion.
Yeah,
Our friendly alchemist.
Yeah, you can definitely head over to the apothecary. You are greeted by a gnome. This is a female gnome. She has bright pink hair, massive pink eyebrows, and these bright silver eyes. And you probably would have interacted with this gnome before. This is Tiffany. She runs the apothecary. No one is allowed inside her space. There is a very small window that you can approach, and you have to crouch down to reach it, unless you're Wiltix. She's not very accommodating of the taller races. And as you approach, there's a small pull rope that says "Pull for assistance unless I'm busy."
Actually, who is the tallest in the party at the moment? What's everyone's height?
Oh, I'm about 3.5 feet.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're a forest gnome.
I'm slightly taller than a tall human, so
Or like 5'10", 6 foot.
probably like 6'4", 6'5".
Oh, you realize the average is like 5'10".
Is it? Ah,
Taller.
6'3". So 6'3" then.
Hell yeah.
Are you the
Means-
tallest?
I'm the tallest. I'm 6'4".
Hang on a minute, Mira, you're a Dragonborn.
Mira
Missed him down.
would only be 6'1".
Mira's 6'5". Nah.
Nah.
Alrighty.
Hey, not a competition.
When
This
you
is not how
extend
D&D works.
when you extend your like Dilophosaurus headpiece, you can extend it a bit further, or if you tilt your horns in the right way. Probably you are the tallest in that case, Emeric. It sounds like you're the tallest. Great, with that little bit of dick measuring completed. Don't actually measure your dicks, please.
Oh, we keep
Who-
PG rated.
No, thank you.
I pulled up.
I
I
will-
pulled up myself on the use of the F word before. I was gonna drop him like, oh shit.
No, you can drop it. It's fine. It's-
Okay, good.
drop it like it's hot.
Drop it
I don't
like
care if you
it's-
fucking swear.
Whoa.
So, Mira, you were
I
heading to
will
the apothecary. Who
pull
else?
on the chain.
Okay, is anyone else accompanying you to the apothecary, just out of interest?
No, that's for
No.
that's for nerds.
Yep,
I'm going to get the horse and cart.
horse and cart, perfect. In that case, Emeric, what would you like to do? Just so that I know where you are.
Well, I guess like if he's gonna get the horse and cart, I might just like go and talk to some of the other guildies out and about.
Yeah, you'd probably recognise some friendly faces there. I mean, even though you are a bit of an asshole, clearly, you do have a bit of charisma about you. You would recommend Sargon Sladek, a male Dragonborn who you know quite well, a bronze Dragonborn, who is talking to Lars Ezekiel, who is a dark elf. And we'll get to that in a second. And Wiltix, what would you like to do?
Oh, look, I'm just going to slowly head on down to where the horse and cart are. I'm
Perfect.
just...
So you can accompany Azure. Alrighty, let's do Mira and the apothecary first then. So, Mira, yeah, you pull on the rope. You hear a very faint jingle coming from inside of a bell sort of tinkling. And then silence for a few moments. And then you hear a jar fall over. That's what that noise was just then. And you hear this voice going, "Yes, what is it? What?" And a pink head of hair pokes out from the box, the hole in the wall of the box, and you see it slowly rotate and look up at you. "My, you're a big one. What you want?"
Tiffany, hello. How are you?
"Yes, dragon. What?"
Oh, I just wanted to know how your day's been.
"Yeah, very busy. You want a potion?"
I do. I would like two health potions.
"That'd be
please.
100 gold."
Yes.
She very impatiently holds out her hands. You pass over the bag of gold that you've just been given. She snatches it from your hands and disappears. You hear clattering, crashing, before you hear a sort of a small voice call out, "Shit!" And then you hear this another crash. Sound of things being moved around. Yeah.
Everything all right back there?
There's no response. It doesn't seem she can hear you over the sound of the cacophony that she herself is creating inside her place. After a few more moments, a hand emerges holding a little pouch that contains 2 vials of red liquid with the guild stamp on them, and then the large embroidered T for Tiffany. "Here you go. Take him.
Embroidery is beautiful as always, Tiffany.
Yes,
Nice
of course it is.
to
I
see
did
you.
it myself. Yes.
Lovely.
Lovely.
Good investment.
Yes. Thank you, Mira. Goodbye." And she slams down
Bye.
the grate. Yeah. You've encountered Tiffany before. If you catch her on a good day, she knows your name. If you catch her on a bad day, she throws potions at you to see what they do.
Oh, lovely.
Fantastic.
Mira's not really ruffled by this display, so she just...
From the sounds of
Turns
it,
around
it
with a
sounds like
smile.
you'd probably have a pretty good relationship with Tiffany. You don't ask stupid questions. You just say what you want and you give her the gold for it. So I'd say that you probably have a pretty good relationship with Tiffany.
Friend.
You can write down that in your big book of friends. Let's
I
jump
do
to...
have a big book of friends.
You do. Let's jump to... No, hang on. Isn't that your death note? Let's jump to Emeric. As you walk back into the common room, you see those 2 adventurers that you recognise that I said before, Sargon and Lars. Sargon, I'll just describe them a little bit for you, just so you get an idea what they look like. Sargon has bronze scales, narrow blue eyes, and a distinctive scar on his arm in the shape of a crescent moon. He's wearing simple robes, and he has a large dagger strapped to his back. You can also see Lars, the dark elf, long white hair, deep purple eyes, and that light purple skin, wearing this sort of chitinous armor that you recognize as being of drow design, and he wields 2 spears strapped to his back in an X shape. And they're both talking quite animatedly about who had killed the most giant crabs along the coastline, the Shattered Coast.
What? Okay. Yep, cool. What is the town that we're going again?
Greenest. Do you remember the name is Greenest?
Greenest. Cool. Alright. So, as I approach them, what are they muttering right now?
Yes, you can hear Sargon going,
Clearly it was I who slew far more. My fists moved faster than light. I cracked their skulls and shells. I was like some sort of mantis shrimp with my punches.
and Lars goes, No. Clearly, when I skewered them into a large kebab, that was the moment where I slayed the most crabs. And that's what you hear as you approach.
Boys, what's the competition here?
Emeric, hello. We're discussing who slew the most crabs most recently on our journey. Clearly, it was I.
And Lars sort of looks over and goes, Emeric, maybe. But I'm sure it was I instead.
Well, don't worry about that little shindig. I've got something potentially a bit more thrilling, I guess you could say. Have you guys heard of Greenest?
Greenest, small town, I think.
Well, apparently there's something going on over there, and Emeric, have been chosen to go and investigate it. Quickly. They chose the very best of the guild. Sorry, friends.
Lars sort of cocks an eyebrow as he looks at you with his piercing purple eyes and goes, Greenest, there was a rumor about some masked figures there, if I remember correctly.
Oh, is that the only substance you've got to that rumor there, friend?
Well, people say that there is a cult active across O'Shea. A group of people committed to bringing back some ancient evil.
Well, I don't know what type of ancient evil that could be, but all I know is that I'll smite it down, whoever it is.
Quite. I'm very sure you will.
Yes, of course you will. You're brave and... Well, you're a bit of an asshole, but you're a brave warrior nonetheless. Your sword skills speak for themselves.
Come on now, mate. Like that. I don't really think I'm an asshole. Maybe a little bit, but like...
No, you call your best friends assholes, but when someone's really being a bit of a shit, they're just a bit of a shit. So if you like them, you call them a total asshole. If you don't like them, you call them a bit of an asshole. And you, sir, you're a total fucking asshole.
Oh, that's what's your name again? I forget.
Sargon.
No. I asked this in person.
Oh, in character.
I give him a cheeky grin though.
No, okay. I'm not going to make you roll for this because you're having a conversation with him and talking to him.
Yes, Sargon, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, I'll leave you little virgins off here. I'm going to go and conquer some ancient evils and all that.
As you say that, Lars actually snorts into his drink a little bit.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to call you virgins there,
and
friends.
his
cheeks go sort of a darker purple. Yeah.
Are you alright there? I start poking him in cheeks.
Stop it.
On here?
I'm fine.
Don't
touch me.
What's wrong with you there?
Don't touch me. I'm fine.
I obviously poked a nerve there. I'm sorry. Are you alright?
Do you want me to poke a nerve with my spears?
I offer him a tissue.
Oh, nice.
Are you okay? Like, not a tissue. I would offer him my...
Probably a hanky. Yeah, I was going to say, it's probably more of a hanky, but...
Yeah, old tissue.
The handkerchief is a little bit dirty.
Okay.
Not like it's like maybe like a little dirty, like brown. Like maybe it's like a little flick of blood.
He takes it. He lifts it out of your hands. He then mutters something under his breath and wiggles his fingers, and you watch as this purple magic swirls around and cleans the handkerchief perfectly.
It's probably good. That's not even mine. I got that off a bandit.
he raises that same eyebrow at you again and goes, Quiet. You can have it back now. I didn't want it. It was just so disgusting.
I don't know about it, but I think he might have been a leper or something. Enjoy that.
He drops that on the ground straight away. It just falls through his fingers.
It's been good to see you guys. It's always good. Next time, I look forward to some good old crab on the barbecue, eh?
We should spar. We should spar next time you're here. I haven't fought anyone in a very long time. Bloody Lars won't fight me anymore.
It's only because it's no contest you won't let me use magic, so what hope have I got?
Oh, that's all right there, friend. I can. I'll definitely. Let's have a bit of a shindig, a bit of a throwdown. It'll be fun.
I'd love that. I'll meet you in the Colosseum when you get back from this adventure to Greenest or whatever it's called.
Yeah, let's put gold on it, hey? You put 10, I'll put 5.
He sort of opens up his hands, looks at his fingers, like counts under his breath, like 1, 2, 4.
And
yes,
takes
that
all
seems
there,
fair.
right?
Okay, yes, of course. Let's do it.
Good. That's good to hear, my friend. Well, I'll see you later on. I've got to go this important, mission stuff. Hero and all.
Level 1.
Perfect, and let's jump over to Azure and Wiltix. As you guys walk down the narrow corridor and then across the steps leading down towards the stables, you can see, again, the Adventurers' Lodge bustling with activity as people move about. Various adventuring teams, clients, prospective clients coming in, delivering missives, and you can see that members of the Aarakocra Messenger Guild are constantly flying into the top tower with missives from across the continents, and anything that needs to be sent very urgently or to one of the sky cities or to one of the floating cities is sent via the Aarakocra messengers. The beautiful blue and green tabard of the Adventurers League hangs from the walls as you pass out to the outer courtyard, and you see towards the right is the very well-made stables, and sitting on a barrel, while a number of stable hands, most of them young boys and girls, various races. You see a halfling with a large portly belly smoking a long pipe and blowing little smoke rings across as he watches them work, and you would recognize this as the stable master.
Good day, stable master.
Oi, how can I help you?
The name.
The name is Azure. What's your name, sir?
Oh gosh, I've just lost my names.
Got him.
Rory. No, I'm fine. I've got it. Here we go. Rory, don't think we've had the pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. I actually missed what you said. With all the hustle and bustle going on.
Rory, it's very nice to meet you.
Rory, it's very nice to meet you. We're actually looking for a horse and cart for the Tempest Guild.
Aye, and have you got
my friend here, Wiltix, and I, and our other friends are heading out to town.
Very important quest.
Very good to hear, and seeing a man of your stature, he nods towards you, Wiltix. It's good to see equal heights representation amongst the various missions.
The very equal opportunity guild, this one. It's, got to show the tall people how it's done.
That's right, those cheeky tall buggers. Not enough oxygen up there for them to get proper thinking done, hey?
Oh, the oxygen is pure and crisp up here.
He gives you a wink, Wiltix. Rory gives you a bit of a wink.
Yeah, just okay.
Yeah, nice. There's well below the eyesight of Azure. Right, so which one of you's got the missive and got the badge?
So I've got the missive and the badge.
I was hoping it was the little guy. Right, well, horse-drawn cart, is it?
Yes, good sir, thank you.
Did you want riding ponies or the cart? It was the cart, you said. Alright, okay. Well, we've got 2 in stock. Come with me. And he leads you around towards the back half of the stables. As he passes one of the young lads, he's like, "Hey, get back to work!" As the young lad is clearly loafing off behind a bale of hay. With a little squeak, he hurries around and starts sweeping again. You gotta keep a close eye on these little bastards. Parents hand them over thinking that they'll learn some skills and maybe get to be adventurers, but I'll be honest, they're all fucking lazy as. And he leads you around the corner towards where 2 carts stand. You can see neither have a horse currently hitched. One of the carts looks to be very sturdily made, a nice wood. However, there are a number of arrows still peppering its surface. The other cart is quite clean, quite brand new, but as you have a bit of a look at it, you can see that potentially it's been painted to make it look a bit nicer, but it doesn't look to be as well made as the other cart.
Right, what's your choice? What would you like to do?
Well, Wiltix, what do you think? The arrow spoon one seems like it's had some fun. Might have a few stories to tell us. What do you think?
Oh, I agree. And hey, 3 arrows.
3 arrows, I agree.
Hey, I like your attitude. You'll do very well. That's yours to take. Have you got a horse, or do you need one of those too?
A horse would be good.
Right.
Durable.
Durable, okay.
Doesn't need
Sorry, you go.
one that can clop all day.
Clop all day.
gives you sort of an interesting nod and goes, "What will the tall people say next?" to you, Wiltix. He wanders over to a series of stables that are built into the wall. He sort of looks and goes, "Are you not midnight? She's a bit feisty today. Could use with Amber. Amber would be a good horse for you." And he goes towards one of the stalls at the end and opens it up to reveal a how to describe a middle-aged horse. It still looks
Long in a tooth?
No, not an old horse, just well adventured. 1 or 2 scars on the back flank. Nice sort of chestnut bay. Hair is long and unbraided. Seems pretty placid as he takes her out of the pen and leads her over to the cart and hitches her up.
I've got enough food in there for a couple of days. Just make sure you feed her, look after her.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, not a problem. Just bring her back in good nick, and there'll be nothing more to say about it.
Ah, thank you. Well, we'll take good care of her.
Good. Well, off you go. I've got work to be doing.
And he sort of chuckles, then goes and sits down and starts smoking his pipe again.
Wiltix will take the cart out and meet the others out front.
No, true. I'll drag myself up by the side of the cart. And...
Oh, no, there's actually... The steps go all the way down to the ground.
Oh, perfect. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I was going to use the... There's little points to grab onto and pull myself up. But,
No, there's a side step that actually lowers from underneath the cart. There's a little crank that you can turn and it lowers these steps down that allow you to climb up. Rory gives you a wink as you sort of turn these steps.
Yeah, he knows what it's about. All right, well, head on up the steps, fold them back up, and yeah, let's get going as well.
Beautiful. I'd say by this point, Mira and Emeric, unless there's anything else you want to do in the guild, I'd say roughly pretty equal time has passed, and you would be just exiting the front steps as you see Wiltix and Azure riding this cart just past the front steps towards the gate, the main entranceway of the guild.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Cool. Mira, anything else you wanted to do?
As Mira's coming up towards the cart, she has like a long list in her hands, and she's like ticking off everything that we need for the adventure. And she gets to the cart, and she always bumps into it. She's too busy ticking things off.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic. You guys load up in the cart and begin to head off. I'd say by this point it is only about lunchtime.
Cool.
Yeah, it's only because you guys had a good night's sleep at the guild after your last adventures. You've woken up, had a bit of a slow start to the morning, a bit of a relaxing morning, been given these tasks, and now you're heading off. So yeah, probably just before lunchtime. As you head through the bustling city of Oxenfurt, you can see all manner of merchants, traders moving about, the occasional wizard or arcanist moving through the streets towards the unseen university, the large academical institution on the hill, which trains witches and wizards, and all sorts of traders and adventurers. You can see that Oxenfurt, as the sort of main port city on the east coast of Oshia, very, very busy at all times, and the airship dock above the ship dock on the coast has 2 large airships, just one arriving, one departing. As you guys pass underneath, you can see these large airships moving through the sky very slowly, held aloft, one of them by a large blimp, and the other one by a rotating ring of golden light, which seems to hold the ship almost stationary in the sky as it moves. Very precise movements. You pass on through the town, through the main merchant districts, out through the second gates. The Oxenfurt guards give you no more than a second glance as you pass through, clearly wearing the garb of adventurers with your badges. The cart itself is emblazoned with the guild symbol. You are given every courtesy as you pass through the city. you pass the main gates and begin heading out down the road. Is there anything that you'd like to be doing on the journey?
Who's manning the? Like, who's the one that's taking the reins?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Who's proficient? Who's proficient in land vehicles?
Well, I suppose that's me.
Perfect.
Oh, you actually are? You are proficient
He
in land
is, yeah.
vehicle?
Well, yeah, it's part of, yeah.
Oh, that's definitely you.
I
because
actually
am not.
didn't realize.
Part of the cartographer role
Yeah.
is he is proficient in land vehicles.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Well,
well,
I suppose I will.
So did you just ask who's driving the cart? And you're right. You're driving the cart. Is that correct?
I am, yeah.
Andrew
I have- that's
asked who was driving the cart.
It's on autopilot at the moment. We'll be fine.
Yeah, and Andrew was asking who's driving the cart. Azure's been driving the cart for the last hour with no problems through the
Yeah.
busy streets of Oxenfurt.
My character, I'm having an out of body character experience.
Yeah. There's a moment where
Meditated
like,
too hard.
I've meditated way too hard.
yeah,
Way too hard.
am I a butterfly dreaming I'm a man, or a man dreaming I'm a butterfly? Yeah. All right, so you're driving the cart, Azure. Good. I'm pleased someone
I
is.
am driving the car.
I assumed it was you, but I probably should have checked that. There is room inside
I
the
think
cart.
Mira.
I was going to say,
Sorry,
yeah, there's
go
room
on.
inside the cart for 4 people. There are also the top has been converted into a little platform that people can comfortably sit on as well. Otherwise,
I think-
there's room for 2 up the front.
what's Mira doing?
Oh, I was just going to say that I think she would turn to Wiltix and just say, Wiltix, what do we need to look out for around here in these parts? Beasts?
Enemies. All beasts. Just have to be aware. No, I'm not too aware of these parts. I believe. Owen, would I know more about these parts? What creatures might be roaming the areas that we need to keep an eye out on?
Given your class, I'd like you to make me a nature check with advantage.
What?
That's okay. So it did it for you, so you can see that it's given you the 2 because you've got it set so it rolls twice anyway. So that's fine. So we'll take the 15. So that's perfect. You know that common to these parts are the classic woodland beasts, wolves, bears. Are very, very common in this area. Monster-wise, you're probably looking at things like the occasional ogre. Goblins tend to have little tribes inside the woods. Now, not all goblins are evil, murdering bastards. There are a number of goblins in the city who are completely civilized, really chill as. But there are obviously goblins who still are enslaved by the betrayer gods or still follow the teachings of the betrayer gods and are vicious, murdering psychopaths. There would probably be. You'd know that there are some goblins in these areas as well. More rarely, the occasional hill giant might wander down this way. It's very close to the city, but on the journey, you know that you're heading through down the main road. Yeah, the occasional hill giant. They're the only giants left that are still around in the world, as far as you know. Outside of that, probably not too much more. Bandits are a classic danger on the road. But that'd probably be the extent of it.
Oh, perfect. Well, I'd just be saying the giants. Just look out for giants. You should hopefully see them coming, but you never know. They could be crafty. So, yeah.
How can giants hide?
Oh, they have their ways. That's the length of my knowledge. Normally, when I see anything that's that much larger than me, I'm going the opposite direction.
Wait there, friend. What do you actually what do you say is a giant for you? What would you classify as a giant?
Good question.
That's all you.
I'm 6'4".
So anything above 6'6", really. It's when we're starting to get into those double digits there, 10 feet and above, that's when I start questioning. I don't want anyone. Yeah, I'm.
I thought you might have been thinking giants were like 4 foot or something and higher.
Hey.
Small
I'm
stature.
3.5.
Hey,
feet.
whoa! I'm not trying
Alright,
to be mean
so-
here. It's just an observation I made there, friend.
Well, I don't care for your observation, friend.
Emeric, how many times do I have to get out the tape measure? And Mira will bring out the tape measure and just say, "We've done this 3 times already."
Wait, is that a... Oh my god. Is that a giant over there? And I point.
You as players can determine whether or not your character would fall for that. I know that I would not.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm just going to keep staring around at
Just shakes their head.
Were we sitting inside the cart?
Yeah, I think we'll all be sitting inside the cart.
Yeah, you're welcome to sit inside the cart. Cool. Yeah. There's a little hatch in the roof that lets you climb up onto the top section if you so desire at any point in the journey. Perfect. So we've got poor old Azure by himself driving the cart at the front, and then the 3 of you lounging in the back of this well-made, well-cushioned, cart. Perfect.
Sounds about right.
Sounds pretty fair, I reckon.
I reckon.
Alrighty, so you guys travel on following the main road south. You pass the turnoff towards one of the smaller towns called Posted. You pass the turnoff towards that and continue heading south. You travel for the next 5-6 hours, and as dusk approaches, you can still you still see that there is no sign of civilization yet. You're now well and truly in the wilds. It's a little bit further to Willwood, which is the main city, the main town on the way to Greenest. But to camp out for the night, there is a tarpaulin tent built into the side of the cart, which you can extend into a tent.
That is handy.
This thing sounds like an RV.
It is a little bit. It's almost like the Adventurers Guild are used to their adventurers needing shelter and things like that on their journeys.
What?
Weird.
This is glamping. This is glamping level D&D.
This is glamping level D&D. We're not. You guys aren't scrubs. You're not
going to rough it. No.
I mean, you're level 1, but you're not scrubs.
Okay.
How many campaigns start with? How many campaigns start with like the main characters being like, oh, like it's nighttime and it's raining. Like, did you bring a tent? No, I didn't bring a tent. Well, then you're gonna get wet and not get a long rest. Like, that's just mean. The Adventurers Guild don't work.
Hell
like
yeah.
That. What I'd like to know is for the evening.
We have unions at the.
Yeah. You've got a really strong union. What I'd like to know for the evening. How are you organising protection for the evening? Did you want to stay on the main road? Did you want to move off the main road? You can see that it is fairly uncovered in this area. There's a small copse of trees off to the side. If you wanted to sort of seek some extra shelter there. What do you guys want to do? I hand this over to you now.
I feel like me personally, would stick to the road, but like just find an area off the road to camp.
I was going to say, have them just slightly off the road, just within.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Like
Perfect.
Slightly sheltered, but not directly on the road.
Awesome. And then my next question is, what are you doing for the evening?
In terms of, shall we make a campfire?
I will start cooking. And Mira will
We don't
cook
really need a campfire.
very badly.
I take a stone that I find and I cast the light cantrip on it.
Which makes it glow
Provides light.
very bright. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, but that doesn't really deal with the whole heat problem.
Is it cold?
It always gets pretty cold at night.
At the moment, you guys are pretty close to the equator. It would get reasonably chilly overnight, down to sort of 12 to 13 degrees, but not freezing cold. It's sort of heading into summer. It's not going to get too cold overnight. If you had a bedroll, which all of you do as starting equipment, you'd probably be warm enough. If you don't want to have a fire. If you want a fire for cooking, I think I heard Mira say she was going to do some cooking. If you want a fire for cooking, absolutely you're going to need it for cooking.
Yeah, my guy probably likes to have the fire because he likes to feel pretty comfortable. He likes to feel warm and stuff. So he's going to go collect firewood to start a fire.
Perfect.
Shall we have a watch?
Yeah, I'll take first watch.
Yeah, I guess
I've got
yeah.
got dark vision, so.
Oh, that's another thing. I need a fire because I don't have dark vision.
Me neither.
I mean, like the light cantrip is the thing, but it only lasts for so long. So I'll go collect firewood and I'll use my tinderbox to start a fire. I'll take second watch.
Okie dokie. And so we've got Azure, did you say you're on first watch? Emeric on second watch? Yep. And then who would like to take the third watch?
I'll take the third watch.
Okie dokie.
Last.
Perfect. None of you are elves, so none of you get the ridiculous, or
No.
warforged. So none of you
Are
get
you sure?
that's the ridiculously overpowered ability to just not sleep.
We're quite humanoid for the most part, except for, like the one dragon that's just lumbering around with us.
Yeah,
Hey,
very true. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you over to a map, so that we can see where you guys are camping. So let me bring you over. Here we go.
Ah.
Hello. Oh, it's even a horse and cart.
Oh yeah, there's a horse and
So
cart.
cool.
So, did you want to sort of set up in the road here, or did you want to sort of set up over here, or wherever you guys want to set up?
I think over here, like
That looks
in
so
between
much
the-
nicer over there, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty. You should have control of your characters.
oh, it's already all been pre-done with all my
I
hit
know.
points.
It's almost
you.
like I've had some
I
time doing this
know.
while I've been isolated.
I'm not sure if I can do mine, Owen.
How about now?
Now I can, yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. I know it doesn't look very nighttime on this map, but it is. As you guys
It's
said,
all in the theatre of the mind.
theater of the mind, and
Yeah.
also the fact that the cart has a headless body on it. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay.
Don't look
Look,
at
I
it.
wasn't going to say anything.
Don't look at it. Let me send that to the back so you guys don't have to worry about it. Alrighty. So first watch is Azure. Could I have you please roll me? Actually, no. Sorry, Claire. You said you were making food. Mira,
I
could I
am.
get you to make me a? So the way that I'm going to work with these checks is that rather than have it be one skill, if you can negotiate for me which skill you think it should be, I'll let you make that skill check, and then you get to add your proficiency bonus. So, for example, for cooking, if you wanted to use your dexterity, you could say, "Oh, look, the way that I'm preparing this food, it's a very carefully prepared stew that needs to be cut and added. Things need to be added at a very precise timing. It's more of a dexterity check." Or if you want to say the recipe is really complex, it's more of an intelligence check. So if you tell me what you want the check to be, and then justify it, so that you guys can use toolkits a bit more easily.
Okay, I think that Mira would probably try and do something she's read in a recipe book,
Yeah.
but having never had the time to cook before,
Mhm.
doesn't remember it very well. So it would be intelligence.
Okay, I was going to say, if you wanted to use charisma, you could even focus on the plating up of the food, and you could use your charisma score, because
She
it's
would
all about the presentation.
probably do that.
Okay, so it's all about the
Yeah,
presentation. No thought into the food itself, just how it looks at the end.
Just a charisma check.
Yeah, and then just add your proficiency, which would be a plus... Oh, you've already done it. Beautiful.
3.
Yeah, you do a pretty good job. 11 is above average. What do you prepare? What sort of food are you looking to prepare?
Probably just something really simple, like charred meats or bacon and stuff like that.
Classic
Very
roadside
simple.
fare.
Yeah.
The adventurer's pantry.
She's been,
Bacon and meat.
yeah, she's been reading up the Adventurous Pantry
Yeah.
cookbook.
Like the Skyrim Uncommon Taste cookbook.
Yeah.
Perfect. Excellent.
And she
Alrighty.
doesn't even burn it too much.
No,
Too
which is
much.
very impressive. Too much.
She's unusual.
As you guys head to sleep, Azure, could I have you please roll a perception check for the evening? Now, do you have dark vision?
Yes, 60 feet.
Then you get to make this check as is.
Whoa.
Oh, he's back.
22. The context to that, he's back. Andrew, as a player, for perception checks, very rarely rolls below a 20. Now that I've said that, I've probably ruined it for you, and you will now consistently roll below a 20.
Now roll 10.
Yeah, but one of his characters, I don't think you roll below 20 the entire campaign.
Never roll below.
Yeah, I just gave up after a while, even asking for perception checks. It was just easier for me. Perfect,
I
yes.
just go all.
The rest of you enjoy, start your long rest. Azure, as you look out across the peaceful fields and over the small copse of trees, you can see the twin moons rising in the sky, sort of slowly rising overhead, the smaller Phoebe being chased by the larger moon. You look around, you hear the wind rustling in the trees. You can hear small animals moving you see bats and owls. You don't hear the owls, but you do see them sort of flying overhead as they pass through beams of moonlight. And above you, the stars and constellations twist and turn. Your watch passes without incident. Next up was Emeric. Could I have you please roll a perception check? And did you want to keep the fire going, by the way?
I do have a fire.
Alrighty, then you get to make this check as is.
So it's only +1, so it's not crazy. Yeah!
9, okay. Even with the fire behind you, you're having a little bit of trouble keeping watch on things further away than the circle of firelight.
If I'm being honest, this probably explains the 9. Emeric would probably be lounging around.
Okay, yep. So it's less that you can't see, it's more that you're just not willing to because you're too lazy.
He's willing, but like he's just more than he should be. That just explains the 9, I guess.
Perfect. You're very lucky I rolled no encounter for this evening. Indeed, as you look around again, not really paying much attention to your surroundings, more just daydreaming, or I should say drifting off at night dreaming. Just regular dreaming, really.
So
not really.
Whose turn on watch is it to get now? Like after mine?
I believe after you it was Wiltix.
Yes, that's me. I'm up.
I go up to Wiltix and I just start poking him.
Okay.
Oh, Emeric, you're a dick.
Wiltix.
What?
Wiltix.
What?
It's your watch.
I don't think it is yet.
No, it is.
I'm pretty sure it's still your watch.
No, literally 2 hours is up. Come on, get up, precious.
Are you sure?
Now you start feeling something else a bit harder. Start probing you in the back.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh,
It's my halberd. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's just the blunt end of my halberd.
Just thought I'd jump in and just quickly interrupt where that was going in case it was. That's fine.
I know. I honestly, when I said it, I knew what I was doing. I wanted to make it seim like that's what everyone thought it was, but it's not.
Jared,
I'm not that type of person, that player. But
it's not that sort of podcast.
I will cut this if I need to.
26.
You feel his hard wooden shaft press up against your back. Of his halberd. You guys are sick.
Fine. I'm gonna get up.
Yep.
And as he gets up and looks at me, I'm pulling this like weird, creepy face,
Oh god. Okay.
just like on purpose. And
Okay.
I'm like, oh, what's up, Wiltix? Did you have a good sleep?
Oh, look, not too bad. Got woken up pretty badly.
No,
though.
I'm not really interested. I'm gonna go sleep. Goodbye.
Oh, Jesus, Emeric, whenever you're around, I feel like I have to be on watch while you're
Love
on.
you too, friend. Love you as well.
Oh, yeah, sure, mate.
It's good. Yeah, companionship, buddies.
Go to sleep,
Give him a
yeah.
give him a punch on the arm, just like a cheeky one, not really hard. It probably moves him like a foot, but like.
At this point, I'd say that the conversation's gone on for a little bit of time. Mira and Azure, you're not fully woken up, but you are finding yourselves being roused from your sleep as these two bicker and banter in the corner.
I kind
I
of
just-
just go into a mental state and just kind of have a small smile and a bit of a chuckle. Roll back over.
Quality banter.
I just roll on from my silver side onto my red side.
Oh, okay. I like it. That's
Alright.
good.
Well, with that, I think I will retire my knapsack,
Fantastic.
my bedroll.
In that case, Wiltix, it's all on you. Can I please have a perception check? Are you climbing on top of the cart?
I'm climbing on top of the cart.
Fantastic. 19.
Oh, by the way, sorry, I didn't specify this, but I probably don't trust the cart so much, and I'll probably prop myself up against a tree.
Okay. Let me roll and see if you guys have an encounter.
Holy shit, that's nice. Good perception.
Okay. It's a shame that Nat 20 doesn't count because
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's a real shame
I
that
seem to be
wasn't.
hitting it twice, but
Yeah, that sucks. Wiltix, you do spot coming from down the road very hushed. You hear, before you spot it, you hear hushed voices.
No, mate, no. There's a cart there. Come on. We could totally take that right now. Look, they're all fucking sleeping.
No, I'm not so sure that's a good idea. I don't think we should be getting involved in this. And then you see, glinting off weapons that they are holding, you see some figures, half in shadow as they move down, occasionally sort of popping up through the moonlight, coming from down towards the south. And I will pull them up down there. There we go. Oh, there we go. Can you see that now?
Can I see?
Yeah, I can see them.
Yeah, down the bottom.
Yeah.
Yep, perfect. So what I'll be doing is I'd be... Well, first thing I'd like to do is use my lovely little minor illusion cantrip, and I'd like to make an illusion of a guard dog.
Okay. So your minor illusion, I think it's a 5 foot.
Yeah, 5 foot.
yeah.
5 foot?
You
Yep.
sort of
Fantastic. Absolutely. And so it's not going to be able to make any noise, but you can definitely...
No.
It's only an image.
Yeah, you can definitely make the illusion of a guard dog. Where do you want to put the illusion of the guard dog?
I want to put the illusion of the guard dog, depending on what the range is, but somewhere around
30
there.
feet, I think it is. So if you want to put it there, you can do it, I think.
Yeah, like in between the two trees there, like just
Here we go.
to try.
About there? Hang on, sorry, you can't see that. About there?
Out there. That is perfect. And
What is that? It looks
There
so
we go.
weird. That's good.
The
is
scale's
that a
not...
German?
It is, yeah, the
Love-
scale's not quite right.
Perfect. And then once I've done that, I'm just going to jump off the cart and I'm going to kick Emeric and
Nice.
and then try and signal to the other two that we may have some visitors.
So I sort of, as I am aroused from sleep. By the way, I sleep with my halberd. I always hold on to it.
In your helmet? Oh, I'd be
I always sleep with my
like an alarm
halberd.
bell. Give it
And
a
then,
ding.
as I'm aroused from sleep, I go, "Oh no, don't kick me, Mum!
Get up, Emeric.
The clowns! What?
The clowns are down the road.
What's going on? What's going on?
I think we have some visitors.
Oh, do we? Oh, I've been waiting for this. This is going to be good fun." I get up, halberd in hand. Is everyone else awake?
I guess I gotta run it. Mira and Azure as well.
I'm up. I've heard what's going on, and
Alrighty.
I
In that
rise.
case,
Stick my head out the wagon.
in that case, I will get you to all roll initiative, just so that we
It
can
doesn't
figure
mean
out.
we're in combat.
Doesn't mean we're in combat.
These guys have heard my thing before. Initiative's not just for combat. So if you click on your token when you roll initiative, it will actually immediately place it in the turn order
no.
for me.
No!
Alrighty.
I did it too fast.
That's okay.
Sorry,
so next,
Owen.
that's a good. So next time you guys roll initiative, just make sure you click on your token first, and then
Okay.
Yeah.
it'll
I'll do it
automatically.
again.
No, that's okay. There we go. Let me add
You
you.
alright?
So we've got
Alright.
Emeric.
No, Emeric.
Hell
Oh no.
yeah. So my guy's on high dex because, I already have to worry about charisma, constitution, and strength as a paladin. So the dex is just flat, and the intelligence and wisdom are neg ones. The charisma's only +2, so it's not super crazy because I've went more for the strength and const.
Alrighty, we got Bandit 1,
Oh.
Bandit 2.
Right.
Can you see
There we go.
those?
You can see them.
Bandit 3. And my favourite, Bandit 4. Perfect. My personal friend.
What's wrong with 1, 2, and 3? Why is it 4 that's the one that is your favorite? That's not fair. I feel
It's
sorry
the
for
one
1,
that
2,
got
and
away.
3.
I don't know. Can you guys see their names and everything like that?
No.
Oh, let me try reloading that. How about now?
Nope.
Can you see your names, or is it just the tokens that you can see?
I can only see my name.
Oh, let me see what's going on there. There we go. How about now?
I can see them
And a one.
on the turn order that they've been put in.
Perfect. I will quickly update this now. So that was.
I can't see it on the map though, but I can see it on the turn order.
Yeah, that was my bad. I did not do this 100% correctly. Bear with me. It's our first time. We're all still learning. Mostly
I
me.
think we'll be saying that in 20 years.
This isn't the first time I've played on Roll20 though, Owen.
Shush. Alright, how about now? Can you see all the names? Yes, you can. The audience don't know that though, so let's not ruin the idea that I'm perfect.
The reveal of name Bandit 4. Oh wait,
Yeah.
sorry.
I want it to be...
Yeah.
Azure, what was your initiative? Why can't we see? 17. Is everyone else's initiative correct?
Yep.
Perfect. In that case, I'm going to order it by descending, and we are going to have some goddamn battle music.
But wait, I just thought you said initiative doesn't necessarily mean it's a battle.
No, but I feel like I want to have some more exciting music, not just like some quiet, like ambient night noises. We're getting into some good stuff.
Ooh, we're getting into some.
Okay, what would you guys like to do? We'll start off with the bandits down the bottom here. So this one's going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. They don't know that you've seen them yet, and they haven't spotted you guys. He'll actually move his full 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Move his full turn moving up there. Azure, you are the next to act.
Sorry, what do I do?
Azure's too serene for this. It's just like,
I'm going to prepare. I kind of whip out my quarterstaff and hold it in preparation. If they make an attack against us, I am readying an attack.
Okay.
I'll hold my action.
Perfectamundo. Next up is Mira.
Mira will, you see flames kind of spring from each of her fingers on the red side, and on the silver side, little bits of frost appear. She combines them, melts the frost, and creates a fog cloud that spreads out in a 20 diameter radius from
Oh, you can probably put your own aura on, actually, from where you want it to be.
Is it from
It's
you?
around.
Oh, yeah. I'm centering it on me, because I think that should cover everyone.
Alrighty.
And the heart.
I actually have something for fog cloud.
Ooh.
Here we go. So 20 foot, you said? 5, 10.
Radius.
And it's a circle. Oh, this is very hard to see. Why don't I put... How about now? Oh gosh, that's way too big.
I see blue.
You can see the blue. Can you see the yellow?
Blue is easy to see.
How about now?
I can't see anything.
I can't see
think it made
anything. Oh, there it
Hey.
is. There we go.
Look, that's always easy to do.
Perfect. Alright. So that's your fog cloud that covers you guys completely. Very, very nice. And it just leaves the dog out of range as well, which I love. The illusion of the dog. Anything else in your turn, Mira?
I just go very quiet.
Okie
And I
dokie.
will stealth.
Do you want to make me a stealth check?
Yes. Oh!
5. Okie dokie.
I have a fog cloud, which...
And that's +2.
Yeah, that's...
Okie dokie.
Oh, well.
You watch as Mira concentrates,
Shouldn't have said
pulls the
anything.
ice crystals and the fire, and generates this fog cloud. But as she does so, turns to sort of cast the magic and hits her hand on the cart, making a loud knocking noise. As she sort of turns back to see what she's hit, her tail hits against the wheel, making another loud knocking noise that echoes across the glade. And it followed up by, damn it! Perfect. So, fog cloud, is that... what's the condition? Is it blind if you're in it, or is it just difficult to see through? Tell me a little bit more.
So 20 foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point. It's heavily obscured.
Heavily obscured. Perfect. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
And it cannot be dispersed until wind.
Until some wind. Okay.
Yeah, until wind.
Alright.
Normal meteorological events.
Bandit number
occur.
3 is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 and see the dog. I'm going to make a perception check for them, Sai, to see if they can spot what it is. Is it, do they have to make, is it perception or an investigation check to see through the illusion? I believe it will say.
Actually, yeah, there is actually a thing that it says.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Casting time motion, components. A small D6.
If a creature uses this action to examine the sound or image, the creature can determine that it is an illusion with a successful intelligence
Okey-dokey.
investigation check against your spell save DC.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh, that's a natural 20. Okay.
Wow.
It sees through the illusion. The bandit sort of squints as it looks at this sort of non-moving image of a dog that just sits very patiently on the edge of the fog cloud. Squints goes,
That's not real! It's an illusion!
and he calls back to those.
Hey, it's not real, it's not a real dog! I thought it was a dog, but it's not!
That's his action. He doesn't have anything he can do for his bonus action, so he won't do it. Next up is bandit number 2, who, hearing his friend call out, it's an illusion, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to come up to here, and he is going to try and see if he can see inside the area. So, obscured area. Creature effectively suffers from the blinded condition when trying to see something in that area. So you guys are all effectively blind. These guys are all effectively blind. He can't.
Hell yeah!
He can't see in there, and I don't think he's willing to go in. So he's just going to shoot a crossbow just in there with disadvantage, and that's going to be against. It'd probably be Azure because you're in front, Azure. So that's going to be a light crossbow attack with disadvantage. So that's a 10 to hit you. I think that misses, doesn't it?
That misses.
Perfect. Next up in the initiative order is bandit numero
Well,
uno.
in that case, Owen.
Yeah.
Considering that they've,
Yes, your held action will go off. Yeah,
crossbow
as you sort of. Although you don't see it, you just hear this as something goes past you. But I would say that's enough to trigger your held action. Please lay it on me. What are you going to do?
I'm going to throw. Actually, no. I would have disadvantage. If I
You do,
threw
because you
a-
can't see them either while you're in the area of the fog.
Right. Okay. Do I want to leave the barrier? No, I'm gonna hold my action.
Okie dokie. So you'll continue holding your action.
Yeah.
Wiltix, what would you like to do?
Look, my original idea, and I don't know that they're not sure if it really is a guard dog or not, was I'm going to go right next to the tree line there, and I'm going to ready my rapier, and I'm going to put on my best performance of a dog barking.
Okay. make me a performance check. Make me a performance check. That's amazing.
Simon,
and then
I missed you.
I need you to actually do it for me as well. 12's not too bad. 12's not too bad. Let me quickly roll to see if they see through it. But I'm going to give them.
It's an illusion.
One dude thinks it's an illusion. So I'm going to roll. I was going to give them. So if they hadn't seen through the illusion, I was going to give them disadvantage. Because they have seen through the illusion, I'm just going to do a flat roll just to see if they can see through it. Actually, this is just going to be a flat intelligence check. I reckon. Because you're barking like a dog. There's the image of the dog. Yeah, let's do a flat intelligence check. That's a natural 1 for that one.
Wow.
Oh my god. You ready? I did not roll above a 12.
Hey!
Hey!
As they hear the dog barking, one of the one who's sort of just rushed up, this one here who rushed up, the one with the sword, goes,
What are you talking about? It's clearly a dog. I can hear it barking.
fantastic.
So good.
Yeah, no, very nice. Did you want to move the illusion on your turn?
Well, yeah. At the moment, I imagine that the guard dog would have just been sitting at the edge, but
Yeah.
now that there's some people there, I would have moved him maybe forward 5 feet, just a little bit towards them.
Okay. Just move out there. It's annoying that the scale means I can't shrink him down without him looking really weird.
That's okay.
The errors of Roll20. Perfect. Alrighty, very nice. Anything else on your turn? Anything else on your turn, Wiltix?
Look, there's not much else I'd like to do aside from prepare my sword in case one comes, close to me.
Cool.
So-
Emeric, it's on to you.
So I'm just going to send a quick picture through Discord because this is what Emeric sort of looks like when combat sort of gets going. He gets
Okay.
this little grin on his face.
So
he gets very pumped up.
for podcast viewers and YouTube watchers, our entire audience who can't see our Discord, would you like to describe what that image is?
So basically, like I said before, like a devilish grin sort of crosses his face. He gets like this almost like glee, sort of. He gets gleeful, I guess. he gets very excited for the battle that's about to commence. So pretty much for now, he's gonna just use Element of Surprise though, because he's not super dumb. He's not the brightest I'll admit, but he's gonna stay in the tree line just on the very edge of the fog.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna ready in action. Basically, anything that enters his 10-foot reach, because he has Hellbird.
Yep.
He'll smite
attack.
them down.
Perfect. Which leaves us with bandit number 4, who's going to... he actually hadn't seen the dog when he moved up. They've alerted him to the dog. It's now barking. He failed the check. He's going to rush the dog 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and he's going to attack the illusion.
You know what? He's a cunt. No one should kill dogs.
Actually, so no, this is the bowman. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I will beat that. He lowers his bow and fires an arrow straight through the space where the dog is. There's a moment as if you could see his face, you'd see confusion move across it. This sort of young village boy, blonde hair, terrible done tattoos, clearly like a new bandit. Very confused, not very able with the bow as the arrow just goes straight through the dog. Seems very confused and looks back at his comrades and goes, "Well, pretty sure I hit it." That's his full turn. Azure, we're back up to you.
So good. Man, Minor Illusion's just amazing.
It's really good.
Oh, love it. I'm going to move outside the cover of the fog, but maintain cover
Behind the tree. Yeah, so you'd have partial cover.
The first one to step out.
I'm going to throw a javelin, but I'm going to cast a light cantrip
On the javelin.
Yeah, and then launch it at this guy.
Nice. Okay.
Why did that not work? Oh, that didn't come up.
Oh. That's okay. You
Oh,
can
hang on. There we go.
There we go. Oh, nat 20. Which one was it, sorry?
The middle one.
This one here?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So the way nat 20s work is that we're doing the maximum damage. So your full roll is a d6. So that's a d6 plus 4, which is what you roll, which is 10, and then plus 2 is your damage. So that's 12 damage as you basically shoot this guy. How do you want to do this?
My idea of how I don't want to kill him.
Okay.
I don't want no non-mortal damage.
Okay.
I'm imagining that I've put the light at the end of the javelin.
Yep.
So it blinds them as it comes at him.
Okay.
And I kind of hover above the ground slightly as I.
Very nice.
But I want to put him out of action, but don't kill him.
Alrighty. So as Azure sort of jumps and throws this javelin, there's a moment where this golden light sort of flies from his hand into the javelin, and the javelin then leaves his hand. And just for a moment, you sort of see almost the shadow of what could almost be wings behind him, except none of you can see that because all of you are in fog. The javelin shoots towards, through the minor illusion of the dog, it appears, this light on the end of this long polearm shoots towards him. As he puts his hand up to defend himself, the javelin goes straight through his hand, into the shoulder, and he drops to the ground, unconscious, bleeding heavily, and in quite a bit of trouble.
Uh-oh.
Wow, that was heavy damage. Anything else on your turn, Azure?
I technically get a bonus action. There was a
You do have a bonus action.
unarmed strike, but I will hold my.
What I'll say
Actually-
is that because normally casting the light cantrip is an action,
Oh yeah, that's true.
what I'll let you
Yeah,
do is I will
point.
let you do this as a bonus action because it's really cool.
I think that's actually a pretty good trade.
Because it's
Rule
cool.
of cool.
The rule of
Yeah,
cool.
throwing the javelin and the light cantrip both are like an action each.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
pretty
happy.
That's a cool little.
I'm happy to let you to do that as a bonus action as your holy energy empowers this javelin, and you break the laws of magic just for a moment. Did you want to move any further? Or are you happy there?
I'm happy. I actually might step back into the fog.
Yeah, you can. If you don't want to go the full way in, you can just take one step back and then be partially obscured. You don't have to be completely obscured. Perfect. Mira.
Alright, Mira will come forward 5, 10, 15, 20.
And it's good because now
5, 20?
we can both see now.
Yeah.
This is light.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Mira will come as close to that and taking her cue from Wiltix after seeing the javelin incident. Or rather, she would have only seen like a streak of light, potentially. Probably not anything.
You probably heard more than you saw. This sort of
exchange.
This magical sort of moment of almost like a as this power was put into the javelin, and then the as the javelin carves through the man's hand and then into his shoulder.
Perfect. So Mira will peek out and say, "Leave this place.
Yep.
Leave this to the spirits who dwell here."
Oh, very nice. Would you like to make me I'm assuming going for an intimidation check or a...
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or persuasion.
You can make that bad boy with advantage. They've just seen one of their men go down. There's a ghost dog and there's spooky fog. Ghost dog, spooky fog. Yeah, 22. Let's just see. I'll just roll really quickly.
Oh, double 22s. That's pretty good.
No. I rolled one natural 1, I rolled a 3, I rolled a 17 was my highest, and that's nowhere near. These guys, this one here, sort of seeing what's going on, goes, "No amount of money's worth this," and he's going to use this movement just to take off this way. He's going to sprint off that way using 60 feet. This one here, same story, 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to sprint off that way, running off into the darkness. This one here, because he did not fail by 5 or more, isn't going to run away, but you can tell that he's incredibly intimidated. She is incredibly intimidated. This is a female. She half elf. She looks pretty terrified. What would you like to do, Mira? I'd say that's probably even just a free action, just shouting out that.
Alright, in that case, I will, I'll hold Frostbite, my spell, if they attack us.
Alrighty. Bandit number 3. She is going to... she watches as her comrade falls and goes, "Jocelyn, no!" She rushes over. She is going to try and make a medicine check to see if she can... as far as she's aware... He's just taken a javelin directly to his hand and chest. Natural 20 on the medicine check for a total of 21.
Recruit that bandit.
Recruit that bandit, everybody. There's your healer. Because he was only unconscious, she brings him back to 1 HP. That's her action. She is then going to move. She's going to tell him, "We need to get out of here. Go, go, go!" 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. On his turn, he's going to stand up using half his movement. He's going to pull the javelin out of his hand and his shoulder. And then he's got 5, 10, 15, and then he's got his full movement, 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, as he goes to run away. Wiltix, you may absolutely chase these fuckers down if you so desire.
Oh, my dog will start running after them.
Nice.
And,
How far can you move the minor illusion? 30 feet, so you can get to 30 feet away from you. So that's actually pretty far. 5, 10, 15, 20. You can get it to about here. Chases them down.
If you ran with it in front of you, just keep...
You can
move it
absolutely.
60 feet.
you could move it 60 feet if you move 30 feet to like chase them down as this dog moves, and then like from 30 feet behind you hear from the gnome.
Oh. No, I'll just move to the 30 feet, and I'll yell out, "Death dog is coming for you."
Oh, nice. Okay.
Dog.
If they weren't running scared already, they would be absolutely after that. Emeric, I'll tell you what we can do. I will pause initiative. Are you guys planning on chasing these guys down or letting them flee?
I was about to dash.
Okay, beautiful. That's perfect. Emeric, it is your turn.
So I'm gonna sort of go on my haunches a bit and then just basically like just bounce off 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. I'll go there.
Yep.
So they're actually both in my range.
Yeah, because you've got the reach with your polearm, with your halberd.
I don't think I can do anything else though. But
Use your action to dash, didn't you?
If they leave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. Well, unless they use their action to disengage.
Well, then that's up to them. But
Yeah.
then they're closer to me, so I'll probably eventually get them.
That's
Maybe.
very true.
We'll find out. We'll see how it goes.
I should have got a bigger battle map if you're going to chase these fuckers down. Azure. Azure.
Andrew?
Sorry.
That's okay. What would you
there
like
he
to
is.
do?
I think my earphone just cut out.
It's that time of the night.
So you can see Emeric rushing after these bandits with his massive halberd, ready
And
to
a big
strike at
smile
them.
on his face.
A really big smile on his face. Yeah.
He looks a bit devilish, for being
You,
honest.
you reckon his murder boner is at least at half mast?
It's not even not full though, because he hasn't got any. I'm not even going to go further in.
No need to elaborate.
I'll just
I'm
look
gonna
at Azure
move-
and go, he's off again.
I'm going to move to my full 30 feet.
I think you get more as a monk, don't you?
Oh, actually, I didn't.
Double check. You might have 40 feet.
Well, I don't know if that.
Or is that
I don't
level
know.
2?
Unarmored movement. I think that comes next. That's second level.
It is, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, that's an extra 10 feet.
Just
at,
teasing you
second
with
level.
something you can't have yet.
Yeah, that's okay.
You
That's
must.
okay.
I know, what an arsehole.
I'm going to call out to Emeric.
Yeah.
Without yelling, my voice just carries. And, let these unworthies go. By the celestial lights there, they will come by their own punishment. Don't dirty your sword on this scum.
Oh, wow.
I'll use a quick
And I like
action there quickly if I can. I'm not carrying a sword, friend. And then I'll keep going with what I'm doing.
Okay.
fair enough.
Anything else in your turn? That was a free action, just talking to him. That was only about 6 seconds. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going to cast. Ooh, hang on. I cast can. Give me 1 sec.
Mira, you're up next. Think about what you want to do. Or have you got it already organised?
I cast light in my hand.
Yep.
And I kind of hold it out behind me like I'm about to blast them.
Oh, okay. Very nice. Mira.
So Mira will just roll her eyes. This has happened a million times before.
Yeah, this is
5,
nothing
10,
new is going on
15,
here.
20, 30. Get to there. 5, 10.
I mean, on how many adventures has Wiltix pulled out the death dog before?
And she will actually cast. So she throws a little spark of fire into the air 4 times, just flicks it up.
Yep.
And then flicks up a bit of steam, and they turn into these iridescent, glowing balls of light.
Ooh.
And that she'll send them out in front of Emeric to try and distract him.
Some dancing. So they dance around him in a light way.
They do dance around him.
Very
Yes,
nice.
they dance around him in a light way.
Okay.
Yes.
Bandit
Emeric,
number 3.
leave them.
Seeing that you're there with your polearm, with your large halberd, and seeing her friend is very close to death, this one is going to... I think she's going to shoot Emeric with her hand crossbow. Sorry, just because she wants to protect her friend. Does a 14 hit you, Emeric?
Nope.
Nope. Just shoots right past you as you duck underneath. And then she's going to use her movement to sacrifice herself to save her friend. She's going to go
Oh my god.
5, 10, 15. So make that
Bandit
opportunity attack
3.
if you'd like to. Yeah. gonna try and save her friend.
The real hero of
where's
this
she going?
campaign.
She's gonna go there and then this way, but I think because she moved out of your threatened space.
It
does.
You get an opportunity attack.
Yes, you do.
Hell yeah! All right, let's see if it works. That's not so crash hot.
12 is her armor class.
Wow. No, I did 13 slashing damage.
Yeah, boom.
Does he do it at disadvantage because he's distracted?
Oh, that's a good question. There's lots of dancing lights around you. Yes, I would say yes. I would rule yes in this case. Sorry.
Well.
Okay. So it's still it's still the 13. Oh shit, it's a D10 as well, and you rolled a 10. 13 damage. Yeah. Are you doing non-lethal damage?
I'm doing lethal damage.
How do you want to do this?
Without getting... No, I'm gonna get pretty gory. So the halberd comes down and just basically between her like neck and shoulder just buries itself in there. Blood spurts out and she falls to the ground. And then I look to the other one.
As she falls, she reaches out a hand for her comrade and goes, "Just go!" And then expires on the ground as her blood leaks out, the large gash across her shoulder down towards her chest, slowly leaking. Her lifeblood into the soil below. He is going to...
Owen making us feel bad about killing NPCs.
No, this is just me accurately describing what you see. For podcast listeners, I want to paint a picture of your gory, horrific acts of hate crime and violence.
I will admit, I'm gonna try and not play this guy as a murder hobo.
Okay.
Just
Cool.
like when you're actually in combat, though, he will kill them, but he's not gonna necessarily like thirst for combat like the other Andrew does.
Like a certain paladin that we know. This one is going to run away. And because you've used your reaction,
yes,
he's going to action dash. He's just going to straight out of there. I will ask this question now because I can extend the battle map if I need. Are you going to hunt this guy down?
Because he's dashed, and then I'll dash. Look, for the sake of the session,
he's on 1 hit point. If you throw it, you can get him next turn.
Fine.
Like if you throw your halberd
okay,
next.
so as like so I'll throw my halberd on the ground and then I'll bring out from my pack because I've just thrown my halberd. I haven't and then I'll bring out of my pack a heavy crossbow.
Yeah. Make the attack roll. But I think that there's because it's you. Actually, sorry. Let's do this properly. Let's do. I will keep that. I will keep that roll, but we will do Wiltix's turn first. Wiltix, what would you like to do?
Very fair.
We'll do Wiltix.
Look, I'd probably just run my 30 feet forward or move the
dog.
But I'm trying just to intimidate people, not to mug people in the middle of the forest.
Fantastic. Look, I'd say
send a message.
This one's not going to make that mistake again.
No.
10 straight over his shoulder as you fire the heavy crossbow. With 1 piercing as well. Actually would have been just enough.
Oh.
I imagine he would just keep dashing away, won't he?
He's just dashing. I will quickly do Azure and Mira. Are you guys chasing after this guy, or are you going to try and stop Emeric? What's your plan?
I'm not going to chase after him.
Oh, look, I'm going to be honest. Like, Emeric, after seeing him keep dashing away like that and just hauling us, he'll lose interest.
Alrighty. In that case...
Squirrel!
Squirrel. In that case, we will jump back out of initiative. What would you guys like to do? You can see the body of the bandit.
Loot the body!
So I'll sort of go, fuck. Got away. Oh, well. I'm sure he'll find his end some other time, but not tonight. I put the crossbow back in my backpack and I pick up the halberd. And because I am the closest to him, I'll go and loot my kill.
Alrighty.
Unless someone else wants to dash over.
I did hear Mira call out, "Loot the body." Very
That's
loudly.
true. He's also all the way over there.
Was that
but
Claire?
don't get me wrong. If she wants to make a dash for it and try and beat me to it, go ahead, try it.
No,
that
actually,
Claire or
Mira
Mira?
will come over to you and just say, "Well, Emeric, we were trying to get down in your personal best for kills this week, but I guess you just had to go and do another one. I'll add it to your count." And she gets out her book and writes it down.
What was that? Sorry, I didn't really hear what you were talking about. All I heard was
Emeric.
loser talk.
Emeric, you're way over your quota for this month. You're already at 400%.
It's yeah. Look, I like to be efficient. That's all I can really say.
Oh, well, if it's efficiency you're looking for, that's alright. But don't
Oh.
overcook yourself.
It's not really efficiency I'm looking for. It's more looking for good old-fashioned fun.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
I searched for the core.
yeah, give me that investigation check.
So my investigation isn't crash hot either, but it's +1.
17's not too bad.
It is good.
You find, where are we? You find 23 copper of random shit, including, like, some salt,
Perfect.
like
I'll
a
take
haunch of goat, some saffron, like a little bit of linen.
Pocket goat?
Yeah, a haunch of goat. Yeah. Just some random shit that she's got in her bag that she's clearly stolen from other people. Like some copper, like not copper pieces, just raw copper.
So I'll imagine Mira's quite close to me. So I'll like, oh here Mira, here you go. I think you might like this, and I just offer her the goat haunch.
You can take off. So that goat haunch is worth 1 copper. So you've got 1 copper less of goods if you give her the goat haunch.
That is fine.
I'm kidding. Oh
I
my
give
God.
her
Imagine
counting.
if we were playing
Dripping
that
with
type
blood.
of D&D. Now, I think you'll find that actually that 1 copper piece of goat haunch is going to be used elsewhere. you can't carry that many pounds of goat haunches. That's you can't
Oh
actually-
no, we're not doing
There's encumbrance.
Oh my god.
We're not doing encumbrance. The horde's the quartermaster's ability is to avoid you guys having to worry about encumbrance.
Thank goodness.
Yes, and then I'll look at the salt and the saffron and go, bloody over my shoulder, knowing that Mira, and I have a cheeky smile on my face, would probably enjoy those items.
Yep. That's fine.
Perfect. So if you
Oh, he's
give
got nothing. Whatever. I just leave the body there. I just walk away back to the cart.
Cool. Unless you guys do anything else, you can complete your long rest. I don't think any of you took any damage. I don't think you used any spell slots apart from the fog cloud.
Yep.
You can pick up your
Hey,
javelin
that's
Azure.
1 out of 2 for
Fantastic.
level 1. That's a lot. That was a heavy investment right there.
half your spells. I'm
I'm
assuming you
surprised.
cancel the
I know.
fog cloud.
Like, imagine, like, with the death dog. That's definitely going to become a thing now, the death dog.
The death dog.
Oh, the death dog's coming back. Don't worry. It's
Good. I look forward to the death dog.
It has to become a thing.
I want
know
people
what?
to fear the death dog across the lands. They will obey my dog.
All right.
You know, I've
Your
got to
pretend
ask, I've
dog.
got to ask for an image of the death dog, but I think it's best to keep it in the mind.
Okay.
Because then everyone has their own definition of the death dog.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
You guys continue on. We'll do a little bit of a time skip ahead as the rest of your journey continues without much excitement, without much interest, and you carry on. I'm going to jump back to the splash screen. Perfect. So, for the past several days, although it's been a lot less than that, sorry, so only for the past couple of days, you've been travelling a road that winds lazily across the rolling grasslands. Sundown is approaching when you top a rise and see the town of Greenest just a few short miles away, but instead of the pleasant, welcoming town you expected, you see columns of black smoke rising from burning buildings, running figures that are little more than dots at this distance, and a dark winged shape wheeling low over the keep that rises above the centre of the town.
Oh, fuck.
You hear the beats of wings, the roar, as you see a blue dragon sweeping down towards the keep.
I turn to Mira and I go, "Hey Mira, is that your cousin there?"
Ha ha ha. I feel a little underqualified. I don't know about you. Where are the
And-
kobolds?
And that is where we will end our session for
I think
tonight.
that is a very fitting end for now.
Very nice.
very ominous end.
Right.
We really
Yeah.
jumped into dragons.
Well,
Dungeons
Very,
and
very,
Dragons.
very
Yeah.
intimidating.
I better make sure there's a dungeon in the next episode. No, I would like to thank you all so much for playing tonight, being the players in this campaign. Thank you so much. I'd like to thank everyone who has listened to this. Thank you so much. This has always been a huge dream of mine, running a D&D podcast. And as bad as coronavirus lockdown has been, there have been some hidden perks, namely time for me to organize this. So seriously, thank you so much. You guys are incredible. I can't wait to see where this campaign's going to go and what adventures you're going to have. But thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Owen.
Thank
you very much.
Some
Yeah.
fun work.
Alrighty.
It's also been my life aspiration to be included in a podcast of D&D.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that's perfect then.
Two
Two of
dreams
us.
in one podcast.
Oh,
Thought.
how can we not be bigger than Critical Role? Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Play the outro music.